Hi, Kris. I'm just wondering, after having a night to sleep on it and waking up this morning, what were your thoughts?
Disappointed that we're in this situation. It is what it is. We've got a lot to be optimistic about. We've gone on some quite astonishing roles during the regular season. Obviously, it's a little more difficult now with playing in the playoffs against Florida in the Stanley Cup final. And also optimistic of the way we've played so far in this series. We've got a lot to be optimistic about.
Go front right to Josh.
Kris, what's been the difference in this series through 3 games?
Finishing rate. Just being able to put the puck in the net, and whether that's missed opportunities when you're shooting or goalies making big saves. All the stats that we've looked at has been, the second game wasn't very good for us. First and third, we've liked our game. And actually, if you look at our series against LA, Vancouver, Dallas, we're actually getting more chances for and against in our favor so far in this series than we did in each of the LA, Vancouver, Dallas series. So, like I said before, it's just being able to put the puck in the net, which is obviously a very big part of the game. And, that's a big part.
Right side, second row, Ryan.
Through a few games here, Kris, it's been, the shot volume is there, the chances are there, expected goals, all that stuff, but the goals aren't coming. Is there a way to find a different type of chance then, whether it's maybe the less obvious ones, getting more there? Those came through last night a couple times for you.
Breakaways and rebounds to the slot, one-timers across seam on the power play. We had 2 of those. Those are pretty good. I don't know if you can get better than that, and I don't think there's anything to drop more than that. Obviously, the more we throw it to the net, the more opportunities we have to score. But we also don't want to be just throwing away the puck and giving up, getting a C-grade chance when we could have built it into something more.
Second row on the right, Jim. Sorry.
Kris, a couple of things. You have Leon playing with Connor sometimes in the games, but often Connor's got Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman, and Leon has got whoever's left. Do you ever look at it and say, I wish we had one winger that Leon could play with all the time?
Yeah, I think it's, Leon's has done tremendously well. You look at the superstars around the league and who they get to play with. You look at Kucherov has Point and McKinnon, Rantanen, and Tavares, Matthews with Marner and Tavares, Nylander, just all that. And Leon doesn't get enough credit for what he accomplishes without playing it with another star. Most superstars have another star to play with, and Leon gets to play with Connor sometimes, but not always. And there's some line juggling that we do, and we'll obviously we try and do what's best for our team.
Front right, Derek.
Hey, Kris, how you doing? I know talking to Paul Coffey earlier and then throughout the season, he wants this defenseman to make plays. He doesn't want off the glass and out. Make plays. If you can't make plays, we'll get someone else to type thing. But then there's also the side of that when you're trying to make plays and you make mistakes and they end up in the back of your net. How do you kind of try and balance that? Sometimes you do have to just get it out as opposed to try and make a play, in reference to Darnell's giveaway yesterday.
Yeah, no, it's tough, and it's you're never going to play a perfect game. There's always going to be mistakes, and mistakes are always more at attention when the puck goes in the net. And there was mistakes last night, and there's mistakes with every single win that we had this year. I think we had 49 in the regular season and the 12 in the playoffs. We had games full of mistakes, but you just try and limit the mistakes they have. And if we're always being safe, and I think we saw that in the Dallas game 6, where I don't think we made many mistakes, but we were defending all the time. We were afraid to make a play. And we just ended up defending. And yeah, we won that game, but you can only do that so much. So as a team, you've got to balance on making plays, being safe, not making mistakes, and and we can't script everything. Every situation's different. Every player's different. They've got different confidence levels, who they're going against. As coaches, we want them to play a perfect game. It's ridiculous to think that they're ever going to play that. We just have to balance on the mistakes and making plays.
Left side, third row.
Kris, you're in a situation right now where it could be easy for the group to get a little frustrated and down. Do you see yourself as a coach as part of your responsibility between now and the next game to help your teams kind of stay positive and upbeat? Or do you feel like because of the maturity and experience this group has that, the players kind of take care of that themselves?
I definitely have a role in that, but I don't think I really have to. I think it's taken care of in our room. There's definitely, I'll reinforce it, but I think there's a lot of optimism after the game, today in practice, in the dressing room, talking to the guys. I believe the last time we lost 3 in a row, things went pretty well for us, and we're hoping we can do that again.
We'll take 2 more. Left side, third row, Tony.
Morning, Kris. Just over here. When it comes to Philip Broberg, what areas of the game has he impacted the most since being inserted into the lineup?
Well, it's nice the contributions he's made offensively with 2 goals. But, transporting the puck, that's taken a lot of pressure off of our team, being able to get the puck out into the forwards' hands and spend some more time in the offensive zone. I think you see a lot of, especially young defenders now, just tall, lanky, skate so well, they cover a lot of ice, and maybe they're not the strongest players. They're good skaters, or good balance on their feet, but just be able to, they're long, lanky, and they cover a lot of ice, so they defend really well. And I think Broby's done a really good job, and we put him in a difficult situation. When we put him in the lineup, it was almost a must-win game, and there's a lot of pressure on him, and he performed very well, and he's only continued to play better and better every game.
Last one, standing on the right, Mark.
Kris, hearing your stats on expected goals, I'm sure they're, accurate stats. What are the stats, though, on board battles? What are the stats on Florida controlling the middle of the ice? The stats on your zone exits. It's 3 games of trying to deal with that defenseman stepping up. You guys are, struggling with that a little bit. What can you win on expected goals if you don't win on any of those things too?
Well, I don't think we're losing those. On the forecheck, there's always pros and cons of every system, and you can be really aggressive and you keep the puck in a lot more. But I know Mark Stewart told me we had 50 seconds in the defensive zone in the second period. So if we're losing the battles, we would be spending more than 50 seconds in the second period in the D zone. I think we got owned in the second game on those battles, and that's why we didn't have the puck. That's why we didn't have the shot attempts. That's why we didn't get pucks on net. But games 1 and 3, I see it differently.